In the heart of the wilderness, a wolf pack thrives, embodying a culture of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Wolves, like successful teams, understand the importance of clear communication and shared goals. Each member plays a unique role, contributing to the pack's strength. Just as wolves collaborate to hunt, a successful team collaborates to achieve its objectives. They move in sync, leveraging each other's strengths, and communicate to reinforce bonds within the pack. A team also finds strength in a shared vision, a common goal that resonates with every member. When wolves take turns leading the pack, a team must recognize the value of balance, promoting a healthy work-life dynamic. They demonstrate unparalleled loyalty and support when one of their own faces a challenge. A motivated team rallies together in times of adversity, providing unwavering support and encouragement. In the dance of nature, the wolf pack symbolizes the essence of teamwork. Just like these magnificent creatures, a united team can conquer any challenge, creating a culture that echoes the strength, resilience, and harmony of a wolf pack. When one eats, we all eat.
When one eats, we all eat. I love when they say that because it goes right into my story. Because the thing is, leadership with me, I think that is the most important part of saying yes to GOVVI. I have been impacted by Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd for many years, and I know the power that they have in leadership. And I just got off the training call with Mr. Lloyd, and he spoke about being inspired. And I have to say that I've always been not only inspired by him and Shantae's story, but I've been inspired about the stories that they have helped created. And I always tell y'all that these two people wear their heart on their sleeve, and not because of what someone else has told me, but because of what I have witnessed. So good morning and happy Saturday to each and every last one of you. I'm so grateful and so thankful that you decided to take some time out of today to hear my story. And I can remember when I first said yes to these amazing products. And it all started because I was building a relationship with Shantae, and you may have heard this before. And I remember during this time, I was really trying to make a decision if I wanted to come over to the company. And during that time, we were in the middle of a pandemic. I had just got over being really, really sick. I had, got the virus. And my biggest thing was, what can I find to help me? Because I just didn't want to feel sick. And so this right here helped me. This right here gave me the energy that I needed. It helped to just get some spunk into me. And with the vitamin D3 and the zinc, I really needed those vitamins to help my body fight. And so I used this, and I was over it, right? I was done with the virus, my 14 days, and I never picked this up again. I had never picked it up again. And what happened was I started, for some reason, I don't know what that virus did to my body, but I wasn't the same. I was not the same. And if anybody have ever had it before, then you probably can relate to what I am getting ready to talk about. And so I learned in 2014 that I had IBS, right? So I couldn't go to the bathroom regularly. I learned that I was anemic, and I had fibroids. And the fibroids had never, ever bothered me before, but it was something after 2020, and I had that virus that really caused some change in my body. And I can really remember feeling very down, very depressed, because during that time, I'm a realtor, and I couldn't open up any doors. There was a $10,000 fine if realtors were caught out during the pandemic showing houses. And I had no means and no way of bringing in that income that we were missing in our household. Now, at the time, my husband was an essential worker. He's a fireman. So he was going to work and he was providing. But everybody knows that we needed our two incomes. Okay. And so it was a lot going on during that time in the beginning of the pandemic. And I couldn't open up doors. I was feeling sick. And I was really suffering in silence because the sickness that I had going on, I wasn't telling anybody about it. My hair began to fall out. I was getting bald spots. I really couldn't breathe. I was feeling tired and fatigued all the time. And I had these products in the house, right? And I wasn't using them like I should have been using them. And one day my husband said, you need to go to the doctor. You need to find out what's going on with you because my stomach was starting to get big. Like it was feeling really hard as if I was pregnant. And I remember going to the doctor and I remember my doctor asking me this question. She said, how did you get here today? And I said, I drove. She said, I am surprised that you are not on the side of the road somewhere passed out because your blood count is so low that I want to send you across the street to the hospital and get a blood transfusion. And I was like, instantly thought about that like 30 because I didn't want to get during this time. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't want anybody else's blood in my body, and I didn't want to get a blood transfusion. And so I asked her, and I recommend that you guys talk to your doctor. I make no medical claims here, but I remember what this liquid vitamin did for me. And I know that it had everything that I was lacking, that I was deficient in when my test results came back. Vitamin D, zinc. I was low in iron. I was lacking these things, and she came in with all of these prescriptions, and I was like, listen, I got all of those vitamins in my liquid vitamin. So I asked her, I said, will you allow me to try this for 30 days? Because my fibroids had went from the size of a pea to a size of a grapefruit. I knew that I was going to have to get this surgery, but she was not going to do the surgery because my iron was so low. And she said that I would either bleed out or clot. And she wasn't comfortable with giving me the surgery until my levels got to a certain number. And so she left out the room and she went and she did her research on the valet. And I was in that room for so long. I was so nervous because I'm like, what is taking her so long to give me an answer? But at the time, I didn't know that she was actually researching the product. And she came back and she said, listen, I'm going to allow you to try it for 30 days, but I also need you to take the flare. Now, I had the flare. I had never opened up the flare. I had never used the flare. And she said, I need you to take it because it is packed with vitamin D3. It also has probiotics in there to help you with your gut health. And not only that, it has vitamin B6 and B12 to get you up out that bed, to get you up out that depression so that you can move your body, right? And so I took these products for 30 days. I did exactly what she asked me to do. Her recommendation was that I take 2 shots a day and I take 2 flare a day. And I still do that to this very day, 4 years later. I cannot live without those products. And so I went back for my follow-up appointment, and my numbers were like at a 4 when I initially went, like a -4 or something. When I went back, they were almost at 12. They were like 11.5, right? And so they were perfect for her. She was very pleased. She was very happy. And I went on to have my surgery. At the time, I was in a place where I didn't want to share too much of what was going on with me. My skin was horrible. I was dealing with psoriasis. My nails were brittle. My hair was falling out to the point I asked my hairdresser, just cut my hair off and blend it, because then I can just tell people I'm turning 40 and I wanted a new hairdo. I would not go outside without makeup on. As you can see today, purposely, I didn't put any makeup on today. I am so confident in my skin. My hair has grown over 30 inches in the past 4 years that I've been taking these products. My health is the best it ever been. My blood count is up. I go to the bathroom regularly, ladies, regularly. And the biggest thing with that, what my doctor was explaining to me, why it's important for me to not only take these products, but to make sure that I detox, is to flush everything out, so that as I'm taking my flare, as I'm taking my ballet, it's actually replenishing my body. The detox actually helped me remove all of the waste that was in my body. And I feel good. I feel so good. That was the one thing that I have to say. The products is what kept me here. The products is what really got me in a place where I'm so loyal to this company. It's the products for me. Nobody have to tell me a story to try to convince me about what the Lloyds have done or what they do for people, because I've seen it firsthand. You guys heard my first testimony about how my son, was hit on a motorcycle and flew 30 feet up in the air. And I thought that I was going to lose my baby. And how Mrs. Lloyd called me every single day to not only check on my son, but to make sure me and my husband was okay and how we were feeling. That was like one of the that is, during that time, let me tell you, I had friends that I known for years. I had people that I had been in my life that I have helped, that I have extended gratitude of helping them in so many different areas of their life, that didn't even call me during that time to check on my son. And I always will remember that about Shantae. I always remember how genuine she was. So the stories that I heard, yes, they have made millionaires. Yes, they have helped people come out some of their darkest moments. But my personal story that I will never ever forget is how Shantae called me almost every day to check on my baby. And that will forever be in my heart. And from that moment on, I knew right then and there, listen, I am going to be a part of this company no matter what. As long as we got ballet, Vasia, and Flair, I will be right here. Okay, so that is the story with GOVVI. But let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all, for the past, how long have we launched? 2 weeks. This is our second week, going into our third week. And Mr. Lloyd broke down some numbers today, y'all. We $297.61 daily will make you $100,000 a year. Look, the way he broke that down has stuck with me. And in the past 2 weeks, I have to say that I'm halfway there to that $2,083 check. Okay, I am halfway there. And the way he broke it down, it really gave me confidence to know that this is possible, right? This is possible. I could make $100,000 a year extra with GOVVI. It's possible. When you look at that large number, you kind of feel like, ooh, 100,000. How am I gonna do that? But it is very possible when you take these numbers and you break them down. And I want you guys to understand that, yes, I was here to tell a story, but I want you to know that I am still in my story. My journey is just starting here. My journey is just getting started. I have got a story for the products, because I know that the products work. I know they didn't just change my life, but they saved my life. And to this day, I take these products. And to this day, my doctor takes Valet 30. Okay. My doctor saw what this product was able to do and even have sent me a few customers as well. My very own doctor, my OBGYN have sent me customers because these products are so phenomenal and they help people. And I think everybody should have Valet 30 from 2 to 102. Every single body should be taking a liquid vitamin. And just to be frank and just to be real with y'all today, I have COVID right now. I tested 3 days ago. The first test said negative, and I wasn't feeling well. And something said, go take another test. And I took another test, and it came back positive. But these products have gotten me through this entire week. I am sitting here right now before you, not feeling well at all. But these products got me through this call. These products work. They work, and they have helped me tremendously. This flare gave me all the energy I needed to come before you today. So I don't want to convince you. I don't want to make you do anything. I'm just here to tell you my story and my testimony. I know a lot of people would have probably said, I can't do this. I don't feel good. I'm sick. You will come up with so many different excuses, but I'm here because of my leadership. I'm here because of the stories that Mr. Lloyd has told me. Even with merging, during the merge of this company, he explained to me how he was sick and fighting COVID, and he still made a major power move. So if I want to take my life to new levels and do new things, I have to do the very things that I don't want to do to get me to the levels that I want to get at. So right now, I am fighting through, but I'm here to tell you, sometimes you got to put up a fight. Sometimes you got to push through, even when you don't feel like pushing through. So I hope you guys were inspired by my story today. I hope that you will go and order your Valet 30 or get back with the person who invited you to this call and understand that these products are phenomenal. And I have to tell you, the next person that's going to come up at the top of the hour, when I met this gentleman over 2 years ago, he came here in a wheelchair. And I'm not going to tell his story because he's going to share it with you today. So make sure that you come back so that you can hear this amazing testimony. And my ladies that are dealing with fibroids, that are dealing with low blood counts, and that is dealing with IBS, you have to tap into something that's going to help you, because either you're going to pay for your health now or you definitely going to pay for it later. And I was always taught that your health is your wealth. Have an amazing day, ladies and gentlemen, and come back here and just at 1:00 so that you can check out Mr. Gilbert Davis' testimony. Goodbye.